what's interesting is we have these mental mind frames of how a place should be. This thing really affected me, really it just scored. People ask us to be happy. It's so funny, right? It's like being unhappy and being stressed and feeling all important has become the standard of life. And if you look at yourself, if you look at a child needs a reason to be unhappy. What's a child? In all yoga texts you'll see be like a child, behave like a child. So what they're trying to say is a child is symbolic of the state when you are in yoga. Right? When you are in awareness, a child's behavior, the child's mindset represent that state where it's free, where it's natural, where it's enthusiastic, where it's joyful. It's not saying it's not emotional, right? It does express emotions, but it doesn't stick on with the emotions, right? So that's the state of a child, and that's what yoga says. If you become a yogi, that's the kind of innocence and simplicity that they see. That's what your normal behavior will be. The workplace that's commonly known as the workplace or society as we know it right now is not that way. And we've seen it as a kid growing up. We've seen it as adults as we enter the workplace. In college, right? For example, was it a happier environment than work? Probably. And you'll say why? Because you had less restrictions, you had less timing constraints, right? You were in an environment where friends were there, and it was happier, and you could do what you wanted. Why can't you do the same thing here? Why can't you create a workplace environment that is collegiate? Right? That is college-like. It's just because at that time you'd probably be outdoors more, you'd probably have more prana, you'd be, your prana was higher, you'd be able to walk a little bit more, you'd be able to exercise a little bit more, you're probably leading a little bit more, fun-filled life because you said you don't have these responsibilities, right? So it's all these taboos that we take on. And as we take on these taboos in life, our prana gets sucked out more and more, and we become more serious. And unfortunately, the people higher up in the organizations are more serious, and so you feel that is the way to actually reach a position of seniority. But in reality, if you think about it, the more lighter you are, the more joyful you are, the more enthusiastic you are, right? The more likely you are to succeed and to achieve the goal that you started out to be. Because I was in banking, this one of the comments that I was given by my managing director feedback once was that you are too happy. You actually are too relaxed all the time. So I was like, is that a bad thing? Right? Because I'm doing my work in a relaxed way. So he was like, you're not serious enough. I'm like, seriously? Like, it's just shocking, right? That you would actually have to think that someone is actually chiding you for being not serious, right? For not being. I'm not saying that you don't have to be composed and dignified, right? That doesn't take away from being happy. You can be very full of your gravity within you. You can be very sincere. You can be very serious. At the same time, be happy. So there's a difference between being serious and being somber and being understanding, being in the moment. Like, for example, you'll say, okay, I'm going for a death funeral, but I have to be happy all the time, and so I'm going to be very happy and jumping around, right? No, when you're in a funeral, there's a moment to be, hopefully the funeral makes you realize the depths of life. And if you've understood it already, then you'll be compassionate towards those who haven't understood it. Right? So at that time, either you're full of compassion or you're full of kind of that sobriety that moment brings, but you're still peaceful inside.